America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
This time we do have employee service recognition for Don Rosanis out of District Justice from Clifford for 5 years. We'll get that down to him. We appreciate your service.
Motion to approve the minutes, June 24th meeting.
I'll second that. Motion by Commissioner Jean Greco, second by Commissioner Hall to approve the minutes of the June 24th meeting. Item 5, questions or comments? All in favor?
Aye. Motion to approve item number 6 is listed on the agenda.
Motion by Commissioner Jean Greco, second by Commissioner Hall to approve item 6 on the agenda. Approve and ratify the following listed electronic payments and cash disbursements. Questions or comments? All in favor?
Aye. Motion to approve item number 7 is listed on the agenda.
Okay, motion by Commissioner Jean Greco, second by Commissioner Hall, approve item 7 on the agenda for the ratify and approve the seminar requests and payments. Questions or comments? All in favor?
Aye.
So carried.
Motion to approve item number 8 is listed on the agenda.
Motion by Commissioner Jean Greco, second by Commissioner Hall, approve item 8 on the agenda, acknowledge with regret the resignation of Eric Congdon from the 911 Center. Questions or comments? All in favor?
Aye. Motion to approve item number 9 is listed on the agenda.
Motion by Commissioner Jean Greco, second by Commissioner Hall, approve item 9 on the agenda, the transfer of Damon X. Sandler from Montrose to the full-time corrections officer position. Questions or comments? No.
Is there any kind of special training? What kind of training do these correction officers get? What would you describe?
They have to go through, there's all kinds of special training that they go through, cell extraction, all kinds of things they have to go through.
In order to be a corrections officer?
All in favor?
Aye. Motion to approve item number 10 is listed on the agenda.
Motion by Commissioner Jean Greco, second by Commissioner Hall to approve item 10 on the agenda, the purchase of a 2016 utility police inceptor, all-wheel drive from New Holland Ford, to be paid for with Judge's Supervision Fund or Act 13. Questions or comments? Yes.
What is a interceptor for $30,000 almost?
It's a police vehicle.
And what does it do? How's it different than the other police vehicles?
The options on the vehicle and the construction was different than the standard vehicle.
So what kind of options does it have?
Well, it has cages in it, it has radios in it, the lighting systems.
Do you have any others like that?
Yeah, we have a whole fleet of them.
Hopefully, so there's another one to the fleet.
Yes.
And then what is the Judge's Supervision Fund as opposed to the Act 13 fund?
It's a supervision fund it's funding that ends up in the judge's area from cases and issues that he handles that can be used for items like this.
You mean like fines or court costs or what?
What is that, fines, court costs, judges, super, yeah. Oh, yes,
Quick question, co-stars?
co-stars, yes.
What's a
Should that be added to it?
Yeah, it should be.
What is a co-star?
It's the state bid pricing system. All in favor?
Aye. Motion to approve item number 11 is listed on the agenda.
Second that. Motion by Commissioner Jean Greco, second by Commissioner Hall to approve item 11 on the agenda. Sign the grant agreement between the Pennsylvania Emergency Management Agency and Northeast Pennsylvania Regional Counterterrorism Task Force for the U.S. Department of Homeland Security. Questions or comments?
Can you give us more details, like what kind of a grant agreement is it? And what
If
is
you
it
want-
for?
Well, what I would tell you to do is if you want the exact details, you can get with the Director of Emergency Management, Steve Stout. Basically what this covers, it covers grant money that we receive that's used for emergency services and first responders.
And is there an amount? There's no amount here for this grant?
We don't know what the amount will be until they
Don't know.
get it figured out. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Who looked at number 12, that agreement?
I don't know.
Neither have I. You know, if anybody has, or did it just get stuck on here?
Number
I like
12, do we
the-
know anything about number 12?
Someone from last
I
year?
want to table it. I
Table.
should at least look at it, shouldn't we?
A motion to table 12, I'll second that.
Yeah.
All in favor? Aye.
Aye.
13,
Motion to approve item number 13 is listed on the agenda.
I will second that. Motion by Commissioner Jean Greco, second by Commissioner Hall to award the IP camera system installation services to Gaia Communication Industries for $63,840.35. Combination of Act 13 and P Corp grant funding. Questions or comments?
What is PC or P Corp grant funding?
It comes out of funding through the state through the CCAP, county government.
And then you're talking about IP camera system.
Right.
Does that mean cameras for the whole courthouse? Is
It'll
this
replace
security?
all the security cameras in the courthouse, inside and outside.
Inside and
Oh.
outside, for about 64,000.
Right.
And you're able to use Act 13 money also under what category?
Well, it falls under safety and security.
Safety and security.
And the amount of Act 13 is minimal. About 95% of this will be paid for through the P Corp grant.
Okay, so only 5%.
All in favor?
Aye.
Item 14.
Motion to approve item number 14 is listed on the agenda.
I'll second that. Motion by Commissioner Jean Greco, second by Commissioner Hall to adopt the resolution 2015-07 for the Citizen Participation Plan and Compliance Procedure for the County Community Development Block Grant Program. Questions or comments? Yes.
Do you have a copy of that resolution for us to read or look at, or?
We're gonna have one for you.
And then can you give, what is this, can you give some details, citizen participation plan, complaint procedure, block grant program, what is this?
Bobby Joe, you want to explain that?
Yes, this pertains to the county's community development block grant that they get each year. It's a procedure we've always followed. You have to alert the public that you're applying for the grants through a public hearing, and then once you have decided what activities you're doing, you hold a second public hearing. So this is just a written plan. Now the state's requiring it to be in writing as to the procedures you follow when you're completing the application. And it gives a procedure for any complaint that someone might have as to what you're doing with the block grant.
So what is a block grant? I mean, I have no concept of this.
The Community Development Block Grant is federal funding through the U.S. Department of Housing and Urban Development that is given to the county each year to be used for community development type of projects, has to benefit low-income individuals primarily.
But what does it mean, citizen participation and complaint procedure? What?
The citizen participation part of it is giving the citizens comment periods to let them know that we're applying for the funds and what we're going to be doing with
It
the
just,
funds.
then that only relates to the funds, so
Right.
you're getting a grant to allow the citizens.
No, the grant is for community development projects, but part of the whole application process is to allow citizens to hear what we're doing with the funds and to give their comments if they have any comments.
Do
on
you
what we're
have
doing.
any ideas of what you're thinking about as development?
We don't
project?
this year. In the previous years, we've held public hearings twice during the application process. So this year, we're waiting for the application kit to come out from the state, and we will be advertising for public hearings once we know what we're going to be doing.
Right.
We've alerted all of the communities that this funding will be coming and to submit their requests to us at the Housing and
For what they would
Redevelopment
like to
Authority.
improve for
Right.
citizens.
So what's the group that you're part of?
Housing and Redevelopment Authority.
And
We manage the Community Development Block Grant on behalf of the county.
And is this in Montrose? You have
It's
an office?
right here on Public Avenue.
On Public Ave. And what did you do last year? What kind of development was done last
We
year?
did some demolitions in the borough of Susquehanna, street and road repairs in Lanesboro, Oakland, and Hot Bottom.
Okay, thank you very much. All in favor?
Aye.
Item 15.
Motion to approve item number 15 is listed on the agenda.
Okay, I'll second that. Motion by Commissioner Jean Greco, second by Commissioner Hall to adopt resolution 2015-08, a resolution for fair housing. Questions or comments?
And what does that involve, the resolution?
Again, that's part of the requirements of the Federal Community Development Block Grant that you promote, that the county is promoting fair housing. It's a resolution being passed, and then we will be putting an ad in the paper as to where people could file complaints if they've ever been discriminated against in housing matters.
And how would you define fair housing at this time?
Fair housing, you can't be discriminated against based on age, sex, familial status, ancestry. There's 7 or 8 categories, I believe, that are considered discriminatory.
All right, thank you.
And that ad will be in the paper next week.
All in favor?
Aye.
We're at public comment.
Okay, Okay, what I'd like to ask about is, I'd like to know what's the latest on the water line to the jail and to the old Bendix property, Bendix Allied property.
There's been no
Any new-
change at this time.
Any new funding come in?
Nothing yet.
And I'd like to know what has happened to that Bendix Allied property, because I looked up the property and I found an environmental covenant which classifies it by the EPA as a Superfund site, and there was a whole contamination remedy for that site, which started in the 1980s, and there were about 29 families, private water wells that were affected, or possibly in that plume, that contamination plume of solvent, TCE, that was dumped on that property by Bendix. Do you have any kind of resolution of that? I could not find a cleanup resolution on it. As far as I'm concerned, it's still an open site. Do you know anything about that?
The only thing I can tell you is I know that the EPA and Honeywell have been working on it.
So the EPA is involved with that, so they should be able, if they haven't cleaned it up yet, we should be able to find out, because now you're telling me from, or what someone told me, that it's being developed possibly for Lackawanna College?
Possible.
So before it gets developed, doesn't it have to be totally cleaned up?
Not totally, it has to be cleaned to the position that it can be useful.
So at this point, we don't have that information, and that hasn't been?
Well, the only thing I have is verbally that it has been through the EPA.
Oh,
but-
you heard verbally that it has been
Yes.
brought up to that standard?
Yes.
So at this point, you want to then consider a water line to a private institution, then Lackawanna College is a private, isn't that a private, or is that state?
It's a private institution,
Private institution, so you're willing to put a water line to there, and I'm still going to ask again for a water line for the other families in Dimick, so they're
yeah.
private.
Well, again, you have the unique ability to twist things around. We're not putting the water line to the Lackawanna College. Our purpose is to get the water line to the jail.
So then
Now,
what-
if they extend the water line from the jail to that property, that's fine. But the county's position is to get the water line to the jail.
So then who would extend it from the jail to the?
That would be all the other individuals that have potential interest in the water line going from there down, which would be the college, which would be other companies,
So then they would pay for it? At that
or
point.
the state.
And then do you know what happened to the 29 families that have been under monitoring in that area around Bendix?
I have no clue.
How they're dealing with it, or
No.
what they're still being monitored?
No.
Commissioner Hall, are you working with Pan American Water on the idea of the pipeline?
Yes.
And have they done any studies?
Yeah, they've already done their initial study, looked at it,
Okay.
and got their consultants to look at it. And right now, they're trying to update their study a little bit because of the amount of volume that they're looking at. So they're working on that now. I think they're having a meeting this week with the Economic Development Group.
And will they present their findings to you?
Yeah, once they get it all together, yes.
Thank you.
So now, if they're coming for a meeting at Economic Development this week, that would be when, Thursday morning?
No, it's not, they're not meeting with the entire group of Economic Development, they're meeting with the Progress Authority, which is handling the economic development.
So it's not a public meeting?
No.
So I guess if we want to know more, we can contact them, PA American Water,
Well,
what
they
they're
could.
doing to.
They're not gonna be able to tell you anything, because they don't know anything at this time, other than they're trying to design something. Any other public comment?
Motion to adjourn?
Second? All in favor?
Aye.
We are adjourned.
These are questions I have on this. I understand what it is. I don't know if it's